The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another social media webinar. I'm your host, Keith Flynn. I'm the Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA Realty. Excited to have you guys on this morning. We'll be covering some Canva basics for real estate professionals. There is a number of marketing needs that you guys are going to come in contact with or at least have a need for. And Canva is an awesome free, for the most part, service that you guys can take advantage of. And so happy to have you guys here. Really excited about getting into the content creation portion of it. I know with real estate being very, first impressions are everything. Not only homes, presenting a home as an agent, and showcasing a home, but your marketing materials, your content, your brand, the elements of who you are and your business and what you put out there really says a lot about you too. And so Canva is an awesome tool, one that real estate agents have been screaming for a number of years. And so I've seen a huge wide adoption of the platform. I know I use it on certain levels of certain products and things and services. So really going to be a fun one for you guys here, whether you're new to it or just getting rocking and rolling, or well, I guess that's the same thing. Whether you've been using it or you're get rock and rolling, we can cover some cool tips for you and ideas. First and foremost, want to throw a shout out to our sponsors each and every week with our webinars here at West USA. We are fortunate to have vendors who are our sponsors within our brokerage that help us out, help you out as an agent. Uh, Justin Frederick over at Fairway Mortgage, awesome team over there. Can't say enough about them. Full disclosure, I recently, last year we did a refinance when everything was just dropping and everyone was taking advantage of those low rates. They are attentive, respond quickly. Great team over there that support Justin and your needs as an agent and for your clients. So if you have any questions at all about mortgage rates, programs, things that are out there for you. I know there's a lot of new stuff coming, things going away, but they are well informed, highly educated, and a great resource for reach out to them. Justin's contact information is there. And also American Title Agency, one of the largest locally owned and operated title agencies here in Arizona, and been a huge sponsor and friend of the family here at West USA for a number of years. And so if you have anything or any questions in the way of title, you can always reach them at AmericanTitleService.com. Of course, you can always email me. I'm Keith, Keith, at WestUSA.com. I can get you a specific agent. They have agents all throughout the valley. So no matter where you're at, who you're talking to, they will be able to help you out. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some freebies right up front before we jump into a live environment. One of the cool things about this webinar is I'll be actually showing you my web browser. We'll be on canva.com. We'll be looking at how to design, create concepts, different things. I'll take you through the navigation. But one of the really neat things that um, the need for creating content is free stock images. Can't say this enough, guys. Make sure you stay away from downloading anything from Google Images that may have copyright. We don't want to infringe on anybody's royalties, anybody who may own a photo. Rule of thumb is best practice for you guys. Number one is if you take the photo, you own the photo. So don't worry about anybody, saying, hey, that's my house or that's my backyard or whatever. You actually took it with your cell phone with the permission of the homeowner. You own that rights to that photo, so you can use it in any of your marketing materials. If you're not finding what you need and you need to find something from a free stock photo image website, these are a number of sites for there that you can use. And real quick, if you look over there on your panel under handouts, I created a quick slide for you guys, or a PDF of these slides. The last slide will have links. You'll have to do a Google search for these. That hyperlink all these in here for you. The last one here for you on the slide. Whoop, let's go. We're going the wrong direction. Here we go. So the stock image sites will have free content for you. The neat thing about those sites is they are basically photographers who are uploading their imagery, things they've shot, and release the rights to those for you to use. And there's no need to worry about paying for them. I love those sites. There are of them that actually integrate in with Canva. If you have figured that out, I'll show you where they're located. But there's no reason why you can't find images that will support your messaging, your brand, and the content you want to put out there. Last one here for you guys. They are hyperlinked in the PDF in your hands there. 5 round image removable tools. Have you guys ever seen, like, it's a silhouette cut of a person? Maybe and the reason why I have these for you guys is for agents, very customary to have you on your content, your personal branding, right? You are your business. And so having your personal brand and you on the image, whether you're cool with it or not completely, you totally understand. But if you cut yourself out, put yourself corner, put yourself, at the top of the image of your marketing materials, wherever you use it, it's very customary. So do your best to brand yourself. People immediately recognize it's like, hey, I know I've seen him, talk about neighborhood events or market statistics, things of nature. You don't have to put your on everything. You don't have to be narcissistic like myself, but just kidding. Branding is important. And so understanding the personal brand aspect to it, it's really a good tool practice for you to do. And so these tools remove you from an image, and then you can use, and it'll be a PNG transparent, so you can move yourself around on an image. I'll show you Canva because they actually have the tool as well. However, the tool is part of their Pro plan, so there's a monthly cost associated to it. So that's why I provide you guys with these free clipping sites where you can do that off on a website, bring image of you into the canvas of Canva, and then create your content. So with that also too, under the handouts, there's the 4 E's for creating social media content. I leave that one on there because that's just a good standing rule of thumb. The 4 E's: entertaining, educating, empowering, and engaging. Just some tips for you there when creating content. And so whether you're doing a listing presentation or a thank you card, always a good rule of thumb there to help you guys out. All right, so with that, I'm going to jump into we're going to switch screens here. So just give me 1 second. And we will go to screen number 2 here, and yep, there it is. All right, cool. So what you have here is Canva.com. Now, whether you guys are new to Canva, or you've never heard of it, so that's why you're here today. If you've never heard of Canva, just kind of give you a brief rundown of what it is and how it works. So basically, Canva is a web-based software. Meaning you don't need to download any or install any software into your computer. It allows you to create impressive real estate marketing designs, and you really don't have to have any graphic design experience, which is really cool. Canva brags that it takes about 23 seconds to actually learn how to use their platform. I think it's a little bit longer than that, but they have a number of tutorials on specific categories and design creation within their site, which is really neat. From there, basically, you just really don't have any struggles with creating anything because if you can keyboard or you can even drop things around with your mouse, then you can use Canva. That's really what's cool about it. Canva claims it only, as I mentioned, it only takes about 23 seconds. So I think it takes a little bit longer than that. And just navigating. But once you get the hang of it, it's a really fun tool to use. You'll make cool, creative collab for your real estate needs. You don't need Photoshop. You don't need to hire out Fiverr.com. You really don't need to, spend a lot of money with a designer. Now, the neat thing about a lot of our vendors is they do have an awesome marketing team, and they have creators and designers. You guys can cross market, and they'll help you with promotional items. But if there's something that you want to do for your social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, it really doesn't matter what tool you want to use or what platform you want to use. They've got something for everybody, which is really neat. If you're going to be sitting in an open house, or you're going to be, you want to get a listing, a sheet into people, but after they walk the house and they have your marketing material in your hands, the rundown of what the home looks like, that can be all with the use of Canva, which I really think is neat. Brochures, birthday cards, thank you, Instagram posts, Facebook videos. It's just amazing what they can do. And so if you guys have any questions as we're moving along, feel free to hop into the chat log over there, the chat box on your right-hand side. Ask me any questions. You get stuck on something, you repeat it again. Just rest assured that this is a live environment. I can answer those questions for you. And of course, this is recorded too. So at the end of this webinar, I will upload this to our YouTube channel. It's West USA. Go to YouTube, West USA Realty, and you'll be able to find all of our webinars, not just one, but my past webinars as well, and any other webinars that we have free, which are a number of those West USA. All right. So giving you guys on Canva. First and foremost, if you haven't created an account, I recommend to go ahead and doing so. As I mentioned, it is free. They do have a pro plan. The pro plan, if you do yearly one person year, equates to like $9.99 a month, over $10 a month. But telling you guys that's money well spent, because the amount of resources and templates and design ideas that they give you is amazing, and I have found it to be the most. If you stay free plan, you're going to get the most out of it than any of the other competitors that they have like Easel and there's so many of them that they offer the similar concept. But Canva really has become the forerunner, the foremost authority when it comes to the class design for content. And so you're on Canva.com, you cross the top, you've got a number of different ways you can get rock and roll and free designs. Now, one of the things to remember, Canva, they have a number of designers house that will need templates based on holiday, as you can see here on your Easter is very still because that just so if you're someone who's more left brain analytical, not very creative, there are a ton of different templates that they have that can get you going. On the free plan, it's about 8,000 templates. On the pro plan, they open it up to 60,000 plus. And I'm getting someone to say, hold on here. It looks like your sound is echoing. Okay. Let's see. How about now? I don't know why I have my volume, but it shouldn't be echoing now. And David's also saying it's getting feedback. Okay. Let's hear. Sorry about that, guys. Apologize about that echo. You can exit and get back using the same link. So hopefully, I tried calling on and it's still echoing. Wow, that's weird. I do apologize, guys. That I don't understand why that is getting an echo. Let me see if I can pop some headphones in here real quick and see if. All right, there we go. A second, bear with me, guys. Let me figure out how we're having it. All right. All right. How about still okay? Still echo. Jeez. We did a little bit of an audio issue last week, and I thought I had. Let's try it. All right, switch microphones. How about now? Anybody think that sounds better. It's like going to the eye doctor. Better. Okay, better. Okay, so it could be the microphone. Yes. All right. Might sound a little different, but at least if there's no echo, then I know you guys won't go through this in pain. So, but it does remind me of the eye doctor. Better or worse? Number one, number two. All right, cool. Thank you I appreciate the feedback. It really means a lot to me. Of course, I want to provide a higher level of content and value. And so having to listen to an echo is terrible. So earbuds are in. Okay, let's rock and roll, guys. Certainly appreciate you guys hanging with me here. All right, so when you're on Canva, the cool thing about it is that there's a number of ways to get started. Whether at the very top of your screen, you'll see a search button. That search button allows you to start to type in, what do you want to create, right? Do you want to do an Instagram post? As you start to type the word Instagram, what I love about their software is it's intuitive. So it says, hey, looks like you want to do something Instagram related. Instagram posts, reels, videos, stories, you name it. There are a number of offerings that they have at Canva. And when you hover over the suggested content creation, you will see there's a little bit of a dimension metric next to it. So 1080 by 1920, 1080 by 1920, and so on. What's neat about Canva is these are all preset templates. So based on what you decide to create, the template is already there for you. You don't have to worry about dimensions, or is this going to fit on my vertical or on my phone vertically? Is it going to fit horizontally? That's all there for you in preset. So that's one complete element to creating content that you no longer have to worry about, which is awesome. All right, from there, excuse me, as you type in the word, man, as you type in the word Instagram, you have some options and you can scroll through all the things that they have available for you. Same for any other platform, whether you want to do Facebook, you'll start to see Facebook suggestions that will pop up. So whether ads, cover photos, which is a real popular one, highly recommend you guys changing out your cover photos often, if not each month, for some, a listing or featured listing or collage of listings, or maybe you've done a feature on a previous home you just sold. Cover photos, the easiest thing to remember is the rule of thumb is the holidays. So, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever holiday is going to be in that month, change it out so it follows along and you have fun with it. And it always give your Facebook business page a fun new look as well with the cover photo. But you can create a lot of these cover photos and change those into Instagram posts and print media, whatever you need to do. That's one way to get going. On the left-hand side over here, you've got a number of recommendations for you. All your past designs are here. If anyone has shared any design with you, you can find a shared one, which is really cool. Then on the left here, brand logos. Real quick, didn't put this in the slideshow, but or if you go to Facebook and do a search for Canva for real estate professionals or Canva for realtors, one or two of those different types of keyword searches, just search for Canva for real estate agents or Canva for realtors and look for the group. There's an actual closed group. You know what? Let me see if I can find it for you. There is, we'll go up here real quick and I will do Canva there we go. Canva for real estate agents. In Facebook, Canva for real estate agents, and then filter by groups. Here's the one you're looking for. There's about 22,000 members in this closed group. I love closed groups. I can't say enough about them, especially for you guys as agents. Get into closed groups for your neighborhoods that you want to be in so you can establish yourself as an agent. But Canva for real estate agents on closed groups is a cool one because it's made up of a bunch of real estate agents who are using Canva, and these guys all share templates. It's a private group, so you need to join the group. But once you get in there, I'm in the group on another account, but this is my dummy training account. Once you get into the closed group, there are agents who are in there sharing their designs, and so that's shared with you. They will say, "Hey, I just recently created like this thank you card, or a listing presentation, or any number of different designs." Someone says, "I'm looking for a refresher on a thank you card that's holiday themed," and you'll find them in the closed group there, and they'll share their links, and vice versa. You do the same. So highly recommend that. Jump in that closed group. Always somebody making something neat that you can take the template and redesign it for yourself. When it comes to the Pro plan, one of the neat things you could do is create a brand kit. If you've got a logo, or even if it's just the West USA logo, you can upload those into your brand kit on that Pro plan. These logos will always live in your brand kit. You'll have your color palettes here, which is our standard colors. And if you've got your own colors, then you can create a second palette based on it as well. Fonts that we use, we can upload our fonts. If you want to find a design font or you want to create one to be a standard look, you can choose from the thousands of fonts that they have on Canva and set that as your standard font. So that'll always be the first and foremost font that the design template will always give to you, so that you don't have to hunt for it each and every time. And then, of course, you can upload your font if you find something in the way, or you buy a font from somebody online who's creating fonts. There are a number of font designers, and you can always find something that's unique to you that you'd like to use. Content planner, which is a really cool one too, under Canva, you can create, and I always preach this, guys, editorial calendar. Having an editorial calendar so you know what's going to come up on that day, and then creating a design that's going to live on that day, and it'll actually remind you, like, hey, here's what you designed. Time to download that, upload it to your social media, or send that out to your Facebook page, which you can link to Canva, which is really neat, and you can push your content from the platform directly. So a number of ways you can do that and use their content planner. If you've got a team of designers or people who are going to be involved in your creation process, you can add them in there as well. And I believe they have up to 5 different users can be up in there at one time if you add them as a team. All your folders are here as well, so you can create things and create folders and make sure that you've got a number of creation that keeps you sane, because what happens is that you get crazy when you're creating content, and then if you've got Thanksgiving themes or you've got closing themes, the nice thing is with Canva is they save everything to the cloud, so you don't have to worry about going and recreating everything from scratch. You just find something that you've used in the past, and then you redesign that for your needs. So if it's going to be a different house, you can delete the house out, put the new one in, but leave your design elements all the way, which is really neat. So this is just an example of something I've created in the past. Before I get ahead of myself, just wanted to show you the last piece of that with your designs. Instagram is going to give you a ton of different suggestions when it comes to all that you can do on their platform, which is really neat. Logos is a real fun one for you guys. They will give you a number of templates and suggestions on different logos that you can create, and you can either mimic, alter it, or go from scratch. Completely up to you. But the nice thing about Canva is you really can't break it. You just have fun, delete it if you didn't like it, start from scratch. But they just compile a ton of different ideas for you guys to get yourself going. And there are a number of designers out there who've created templates, and they sell them on Pinterest or Etsy too, if you really wanted to go that route. And yes, this is available with a paid subscription, correct. So I have a pro plan through West USA, so we obviously have the full features available. I will stick to the free stuff for you guys, so that there's no assumption that you're going to have to pay. I highly recommend it. I think it's well worth your money to do a year up front. Like I said, it works out to be a little over $10 a month. The value is tenfold when it comes to that monthly cost. You can do a lot of stuff. I mean, even the video component to it. There are some free video options as well, but when you open it up and really get into all the different video elements they have, it's truly amazing. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I will back up here to the home section and just show you guys. When it comes to your designs, you can do a number of things. As I mentioned, Instagram posts, stories, logos, business cards, postcards. There's just so many things you can do. Flyers, if you want to do a trifold or a brochure to hand out at the time of the open house. Leave some collateral for your prospective clients to take, for buyers to take with them. They will be able to take those with them as they go. And you can always create one-offs based on the home, which is really nice as well. So quite a few different ways to get going. In the upper right-hand corner right here where it says create new design, there's another way you can get going as well. So you can either search, go through suggested recommendations, see what's trending on Instagram, Facebook, posters, and get some ideas. If you want to do something cute with the bunny here and then edit it based on what you want to say, you can leave and start with this general template and go from there. We've got a number of community members here where I live that are involved with the HOA, and we like to leave materials around the community on our community boards next to the mailboxes. We just recently did an Easter egg hunt that was put on by the community members here. And so just to get the word out, we tacked up some flyers on the community billboard, and that way it let the community know that we were going to have an event and that we had a decent turnout. So however you decide you want to get going, for the most part, you're going to get to the same design template, and we'll start one from scratch here. So let's go with, one other thing I want to show you. One of the cool things, well, a number of cool things that Canva does, but this one in particular, if you guys are struggling with a color themes or something that you want to create a design, what I love about Canva is they have this color palette generator. You can upload a photo to their website, and their AI, their artificial intelligence, however you want to call it, will scan the document, scan the image, and then give you some of the primary colors off of the photo, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do here is going to click on Upload an Image, and it should open my Download tab. And I will hopefully find something that's worth uploading here. I know I had a bunch of, Canva class site photos. Here we go. I'm going to upload this particular image of a living room. And as soon as it uploads, there you go. It pops it right into this preview panel here. Here's the photo I uploaded. And Canva has given me 4 solid colors out of this photo. Really cool tool. So let's say this is my listing, this is my primaries, and I want to go from here. Now I know what the colors are. I can hit the copy button, and it'll copy to my clipboard, and I can see all the colors that the AI has pulled out. I can also explore other colors and use other color palettes to design to get going, and it's really neat. So let's try from free here. It's going to take us back to the normal screen. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go from scratch. Let's go create a design, and I'm going to type in Facebook cover photo. So that's going to give me Facebook cover, which the dimensions now, this is the thing, Facebook, Instagram, they're always changing dimensions. So what's nice is Canva's aware of those dimensional changes, and then they'll always update it so you don't have to worry about being out of date or having any margin issues. So we're going to create Facebook cover. It's going to start off with a blank template, nothing on the canvas, just a blank screen here. And on the left-hand side, you'll notice there is a number of suggestions for you when it comes to trending popular cover photos. So fall cover, spring, birthdays. We got summer cover photo down there, it looks like. However you want to design it, whatever your message is, lots of options for you. On the left-hand side here, you're going to have a bunch of tools when it comes to your design tool. Uploads will be where you've uploaded photos, anything that comes from your device, whether your mobile device or from your computer. This is where if you've taken the photos yourself and you want to use something that you've created or a photo you've taken, you can upload that directly to your canvas from here. Photos, that actual tab will take you, as I mentioned earlier, all the royalty-free photos that you can access. Canva aggregates a lot of those free sites that I showed you earlier in the slideshow and pulls those images in here for you to use. Now, as you hover over the photos, you'll see there's a little pro icon. Sometimes it'll say free, sometimes it'll say pro. A lot of them will have a pro icon, and you hover over that, basically tells you that as a pro subscriber, you can get this image for no cost. 9 times out of 10, it's just $1. But if you find yourself spending dollar here, dollar there, a la carte, you may want to reassess. Hey, probably advantageous for me to just go ahead and do $10 a month, and I don't have to worry about watching my bottom line. But any number of these photos you can go through and search, which is really neat. And I can type in real estate and perform a simple search, and they'll give me a ton of royalty-free photos that will show me based on my keyword search. So in this case, real estate. So you get a lot of stock images, the cliche, for sale signs and open house, real estate agents shaking hands with somebody. I think we've all seen this one. This one has been used and abused by the real estate company. I've seen this guy on billboards, bus stop terminals, magazine ads. Whenever new real estate listing or real estate images come out, it always tends to be the real estate industry clings to a look, and so we will not use him because that one has definitely seen its day. Going through, you guys can scroll through and see there's a lot of offering when it comes to photos within Canva. Elements. Your Elements tab is going to give you all the fun stuff like stickers and little animations and frames, little characters, charts, grids, number of different cool ones. One of the cool things about the Elements tab is frames. These frames here, if you guys are wondering, are really what it is just a set frame. You choose the frame that you want, and there's a number of ways to move elements from your design console onto your canvas. And that's either by grabbing and dragging, as I'm doing here. All I'm doing is clicking down and dragging and dropping, and then like letting go. Or I can just click on it one time. And by doing so, it just puts it right dead center in the canvas. The way the frames work is whatever image I put into this frame, it's going to adhere to the line and will not go outside. So I'm going to go back to my photos and choose, let's say I choose a headshot. So let's find somebody who's got a good upload. I'm sorry, go back to my uploads. I apologize. And we'll choose Bree here from past classes that we've done with her. So as you see there, all I did was I just dragged and dropped her over. So I clicked one time, it drops her on top of the frame. And all I'm saying is, this is the person or image I want to use. I'll let go, and it puts her perfectly into the frame. And I can double click on the image again and move it around just a little bit. I can make it wider by grabbing the corners and position her in a little more center, and just click outside the box that locks it in. Now she's part of that frame now. So I can make this frame smaller by grabbing a quarter, or I can grab it and make it larger and move her around. So this is a fun one to use. You'll probably see whenever you have marketing materials, you'll have an agent in the corner, or they'll be up top up here, with their contact information. So that's really how frames works. So it's a really neat one to use, whether your frame is circular or looks like an award or a ribbon. They've got some fun ones. There's a tear through the center to kind of give you some textured look, some stressed look here. Let's go to uploads and see how Bree looks with the tear there. All right. Yep. See, there you go. So you can do 2 images in that one, and we'll put this one right there so you can see how there's a tear. So you reveal Bree behind the image of the house. Without thinking much about it, that's what I came up with, but there's a number of ways and tools you can use to have fun with these different elements in the frame. So that's how framing works. And I know that's a big question I get was, how do these frames work? There's some really neat ones you can do. Frames is really popular to use for you guys if you're doing multiple images of a home. So understanding the frames, let's say we've got these 3 here, and I can drop an individual image into each one of these little boxes and do a collage. And so as a homeowner or as a agent representing a homeowner, they may want multiple looks. And here's an example for you here. I already have preset, I'll show you guys here, of your homes. So what I've done here is I've just done a little collage. Now, this is not the same home. This is just random photos that I found, but I did an open house postcard. Maybe if you're going to do, walk on canvas, do a little feet on the street approach, drop a postcard at all the neighbors around the area, just let them know there's an open house. Always a good time to meet neighbors in the area. They want to come in and see what the house looks like. They want to size up their home to that home and see, like, what's my home worth? And then you start that conversation, capture some of their information, drop them in your CRM, follow up with them, and let them know, hey, the house down the street sold for this. Love to do a free home evaluation for you. But you can use cool postcards that you can print from your own computer, or take this into FedEx and have them print them for you and cut them. But again, you're designing these at home, which is really neat. And so that's would be an example of a grid that you would have for your listing. Or here's another example on a realtor listing sheet. And you can create the grids and the frames and drop in your home listing all the a little walk away from the open house with something tangible that has your marketing information here below, which is really neat to do. So I'm gonna jump back. I got ahead of myself on that cover photo, but let's go ahead and say, all right, with this cover photo, I'm going to create. Maybe I've got a featured listing that I'd like to use, and I want to put that featured listing on my cover photo of my business page, as well as I can also print this or send it in a digital form, however I want to do. So with your your three grid here, I'm going to go to uploads, and I'm going to find some photos. You probably recognize these. I've used these before. I'm going to click once, grab it, drop it in here, and just give it a little bit of a center to it. So there's your front door if you want it. They had a really grand door you wanted to showcase. Let's find a interior shot. So maybe we'll do the kitchen. I'm going to just drag that right over the number 2, the very middle one here. And double click on that. I want to center that maybe just over the bar and the kitchen area. And the last one, maybe I'll use a bedroom shot here. So I'll click once, it drops over the canvas here. I'll move it over to that last grid, double click, and that allows me to slide it and kind of center it a little bit so it's in frame. All right, so that was it. So not the sexiest. I'd actually spend a little more time on this and have the photos be relevant to one another. But here's my grid, and I've got it set right there. Now the background here, as you move around and create your designs, anything that's highlighted in blue means that that's what you have possession of right now. So in this case, the blue one is saying it's going to take advantage of the background. Now on the left over here, I'm going to scroll down to the backgrounds, and I'm going to choose a background for my cover photo. Now they've got landscapes and color palettes, gradients, abstract, solid textures, a number of really cool designs. So I'm going to choose something from textures here to kind of see what pops and what kind of gives a little bit of a cool design look. I like the white brick here, so let's pop that on. And there you go. So it gave a little white brick background. My image is living over top of it. And let's see what we got here. All right. So with my cover photo, I want to do, obviously put the logo on there. So one of the neat things you can do with this is come over to your uploads again, since I have got my, what's the word I'm looking for? I've got my logos uploaded into my uploads. And let's see here. Whoop, okay, go back. I'm gonna scroll down until I find my dark West USA logo. And I know it's down here somewhere. I've got a lot of uploads from past designs. Of course, I could always just go to my brand kit and find that a little bit faster, but I like going through here. All right. So with West USA, obviously when I have it branded to the brokerage, I'm going to probably put that in the corner right here on the right. I want to put my headshot on there so that people see that, you know, it's me. Again, I always want to brand myself. So I'm going to come to elements, and I'm going to choose one of those fun frames. So I think we'll do this one here. Now you guys see where it says free when we hover over it. That'll let you know that if you're using the free plan that you can use any one of these at no additional cost. And as you get through some of the ones down here, I believe a lot of the elements for the frames is free, which is really neat. Yeah, there's a ton of them they've opened up. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna click once. I'm gonna bring that down here in the corner, and I like that size there. All right, so now that I know where the frame's gonna live, I'm gonna come back to uploads. I'm gonna find that headshot of me, or maybe we'll find someone else. You know, let's use Susan. I know she'll like that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put her into that frame there. Just double click so that I can move it and center into the frame. And once again, just double click, you get the little grid so you can center it. And you've got your branding and your headshot in the corner. So let's add some font. Let's talk about the listing. So I'm gonna click on text. Now, when I said they have a lot of fonts, I'm not kidding. They have a lot of fonts. Click your text here. These are just preset designs. So if I wanted to click on this one time, it brings the font into the designer, and I can use this tool here to move it to where I need it to be. Now I'm going to put it in center just below the images. You guys see those pink dot lines and the solid? These are guidelines that tell you that, okay, here's center of the design, And then the dots are alignments with another piece of an element. So you see how that little dot line there lines up at the top of the frame with Susan. And so it kind of gives you your ideas of where you're at. So I'm aligning to the right with that image above, aligning to the left. But whenever I get a solid, that means I am dead center. And if I move it up, you'll see there is your XY. So just right smack dab in the middle. So those are neat to use because then you know everything's symmetrical. And I'm the kind of person who likes to hang things on the wall. I always say I got a good eye and I eyeball it, but yeah, my wife likes to come in with the laser light and the measurements, and she's like, "You're off by like 6 inches." So for those of you who like to wing it, those are awesome little tools for you to use to enhance your designs. Grabbing a corner will enlarge your font. There's a couple different ways to do that. So whether you grab a corner and you enlarge or shrink it, or you can come up here to the top in your formatting and you can increase and decrease the size by clicking on minus and positive. So number of different ways to do that, but in the end, double clicking on the word will allow us to either highlight and type. I'm going to put, new listing, and just keep it, simple. No thought involved in this one whatsoever. And I'm going to put it right below. New listing, perfect. Now, next to Susan, I think we should probably put some text about who Susan is and Susan, real estate agent, right? And then we're going to put, phone number. Whoop. I don't know why did I put a star there? That was not supposed to be a star. That's supposed to be a dash. There we go. Okay. Phone number. And return, I'm going to put Susan, let's just say Susan's email address is at westusa.com, whatever contact information you want to put. Now, one of the cool things about Canva is as things get small and you want to see it larger, whether you use Command or Control, depending on whether you're on a PC or a Mac, Command and then using your plus and minus keystrokes will increase the size of the canvas so you can really zoom in, or the minus to zoom out. So in this case, I'm getting real small into the text. So I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm just going to use zoom in here, and I'm going to scroll over, and I can see then the contact information a little bit better while I'm creating it. Now, whether this is print or digital, it'll show up wherever you push. Okay, let's go ahead and add it in there. Right now, the text is centered, but up here in the formatting, your alignment can be changed to a left, centered, centered, which is the, what do they call that? When centered and stretched, and then to the right. So I'm going to put her left here, and we're going to move it over to, come on, Sue. All right, here we go. Drag, and we'll put her right here and line that to the bottom. So Susan's contact information there. And maybe if you have a website, maybe you want to put a website in there. We will put www.westusa.com, and we will center that on the cover photo, and we'll put that there. If you want to enlarge that, you can, but what we'll do is back out and kind of get a look at it at a 30,000 foot view and just see how it's looking. Real simple, nothing crazy. Cover photo looks good. Logos on there, branding, contact information, and then phone number, email address, and now they're all done. Now, what's neat about the cover, the canvas, canvas is when you're done, in the upper right-hand corner here is the download button, and you have a different number of file formats in which you can download your design. Suggested is a PNG, which is going to be the highest quality resolution, and then of course you have JPEG and standard PDF. If this is something you want to print, you want to maybe take that file, walk it in on a flash drive, or email it to your printer. If you want to use Vistaprints, you're creating business cards, however, or whatever you want to do, you've got a number of different file formats in which you can download them. In this case, we'll leave it as a PNG, and I'm going to hit download. So Canva prepares the file for you. It's going to automatically save that to your device. You get a cool quote. In this case, that was from Maya Angelou. And then once your design is created, if you have a Mac, it automatically opens it up for you so you can look at it in a really big format, and you can see how it looks on the cover photo. So in this case, I'm going to close this out, and let's go pretend that we're going to upload that to my Facebook page. So I'm going to jump back into my Facebook page, I'm going to come here to my account. Actually, no, let's go to the business page. That's where we need to do it. Apologize. Since it is formatted for a business page, we're going to go to West USA and we're going to upload that. So if you're on Facebook, click on the edit button on your cover photo, hit upload photo, and then find that design, which was auto-saved to your downloads folder or your photos folder, whatever, depending on whatever device you're using. And the dimensions are completely off. Wonderful. Not sure why that was. That's not the dimension that I need. So interesting. Okay. Well, I wonder if it was cut for a personal, not a business page. That could be an issue too. Interesting. So it looks like Canva's dimensions are incorrect. Of course, we've got some encroachment here with the personal as opposed to, okay. So ignore that one. We're moving right along. Sorry about that, guys. I did not mean that to be, the dimensions were all out of whack on that one. I'm not really sure why. Okay. One of the neat ones I wanted to show you guys is creating a scratch pad or some note-taking pad for you for your business. A real quick one here I created was just basically added a bunch of lines into a canvas, and each one of these lines is an element. So whether you, let's do this. I'm gonna, all right, from memory, I'm gonna start from scratch here. All right. I'm gonna leave that one because that's very tedious to create, but this one I can actually kill real quick. So we'll just kill all this. All right. So each one of these little guys is an element, and that's basically a line. So I grabbed a line and I lined them up, which is really neat. Under elements, there I typed in lines, and then I just found a normal line and then clicked line. That line can be pulled over and stretched however you want it, and then line up. What's neat as you're lining these up, Canva starts to predict that you're probably looking to create something that's repetitive, and so they will give me the margins and make sure that I'm lined up, spaced out with creating the paper. Now they may actually even have paper lines, and I can just pull one image. Yeah, there we go. So we can do something fun like that. Let's just do this. Let's go here. Let's go. Some fun little scratch paper and create a fun one. I'm gonna flip this guy. See how the margins here on the right? I'm gonna hit flip and go to horizontal, and we'll make this look like an actual scratch piece of paper that we can print off and we can give to our client if they want to take notes for a meeting or just something for them to take along. Again, just an inexpensive way for you guys to get them something that's they're not going to throw it away because there's all the notes on like, here's what you need to go to get pre-qualified. Or let's take some notes on curb appeal before we list the house, or let's take some notes on 3 things you can do to declutter the house, neutralize the rooms because no one wants to see that pink room or the purple room or the man cave god awful forest green, whatever the case may be. And we'll do something fun like creating a little notepad for them to take with them, and we'll brand it for you. So we've got the scratch pad here. I'm going to go over to elements, and I'm going to choose shapes, and I'm going to choose this square shape here. Now, even though it's square, it can be manipulated to be a triangle or any shape you want. Just by grabbing the bottom or the corners, I can make the shape change. So we're going to elongate that to go from each margin to margin, and I'm going to shrink this just down a little bit by grabbing the bottom and moving it up, and then just right click or just left click, but grab in the center and move it to the top of the design. So there's a little border for you, right? Maybe we'll duplicate this. I'm going to click on the box again, and in the upper right-hand corner, you've got some additional formatting features. We're looking for the plus symbol right here, which is duplicate, and it's going to basically duplicate what I just created. And all I'm going to do is just drag that down here to the bottom again and use that as my footer. So now I've got a header, a footer, and I might make the headers a little bit bigger, and we'll line it up with that first line there. And this is where I'm going to put my headshot. So, I want them to, again, be narcissistic. I want to make sure that they, always see my pretty face and go from uploading from there. I can do 1 or 2 things. If I've got a square image that pretty much for the most part works, which I believe I got one, I already have one here. Perfect. I'm going to click on that, and all I'm going to do is just shrink it down so that it goes and put a pop in the corner right here. Real simple. Now, again, remember, if you want to zoom in so you can see this better, just go ahead and hit Command or Control and use your plus and minus, and that'll allow you to really see a little more finite. And then there you go. Let's go ahead and margin that up just a little bit. You can use your arrow keys too to also move around your images, just multiple taps, or hold it down to move it marginally. So just little incremental movements. And we will line that up and do the best I can so this gets right there. All right, well, that'll have to work. I didn't put my contact information, so we'll use text, and we'll use just a generic one here. Now I'm going to put Keith Flynn. Now, see how the spacing right here, the two words are pretty far apart. One of the other formatting tools that you can use is by highlighting the words that you want to move around and closer, come up here to your spacing, the spacing formatting tool right here. When you click on spacing, the line height, you can actually move the words together and you overstack them, or you can spread them out so they're far apart. But I'm moving those together so they live nice and pretty together. And once I'm good with that, I'm going to click on the words so they are margined to the left. I'm going to align those. And now I'm just going to shrink that down a little bit so that it looks good here. And we're just going to put Keith Flynn. And we'll use a smaller font. And we'll go Realtor. And Option R on a Mac will give me the registered R trademark. I'll shrink that down. And we'll put it here and see those margins. I love alignments. You never really have to worry about things not looking pretty and aligned right. Now, if you want to change the font, just double click on any of the words, word or words. And once they're highlighted blue in the upper left corner here of your formatting, clicking the drop down arrow, you can get lost in the rabbit hole of fonts. And when I tell you there's a lot of fonts, there's a lot of fonts. So whatever font works best for you, whether you have a preset through your brand kit, or if you want to use something they've got here, try to find something professional. When I tell you guys that fonts matter, they really do matter. If you, probably wouldn't want to use a blood font for your name. So when I say that, fonts matter, I really mean it. How the message is delivered. Using if you want to use a script font, you can type in the style of font and then find those based on scripts or block letter, something that's like blocky or 3D or Halloween. This one here, I like that one. All right, we're gonna go with that one there. So, and then of course, under font suggestions, they've got a number of different ones based on not only color, but font combinations. Again, if you're someone who's challenged with what to create, you can go through their font templates here and see all the fun things that they create. And if you're making a thank you card or a happy birthday card, I know I've always been someone, I like to get cards for people. I like to say thank you, but I just have a hard time paying $4.95 for a business card or a thank you card at the store. They put all the, raised pop-up stuff and glitter and all the things in there. And it's like $7 for a card. When 9 times out of 10, cards are a throwaway. I mean, maybe some special ones are held on to, but if you're like me, you're someone like those cards get tossed. Like, hey, great, happy birthday, thanks. But the card gets tossed. So if you're gonna do this for you guys, especially the agents, create these from scratch. Do a little quick thank you card, keep your costs down, especially if it's a digital format. So have fun with that, but you can use and take advantage of Canva's printing options as well. They do partner with a printer, but I'll get to that in a second. So with your scratch notepad here, really simple. Maybe at the bottom, come down to your footer. We're going to upload our font or our logo, which is important. So we're going to maybe put that down here in the center, or off to one side. And so we always want to brand our brokerage wherever you're at. Make sure your brokerage is on there, and we'll put some contact information down here in the bottom. So we'll just choose upload text again, and then go from choosing your Keith at westusa.com. If I can type today. All right, so it's really large right now. So all we want to do is just highlight that and then hit the negative button up here in the corner, and we can reduce that down to be a little more designable there. All right, and maybe let's do this. You know what? I'm going to do return. Go back up one spot. And I'm going to put my phone number, and we will margin those and align those to the left. And maybe I'll make them a little bit smaller. And we will just put that center page aligned with the logo. All right. Yeah, so let's back that out. Take a look. All right, cool. I just made a scratch notepad paper. So have fun with that one. Print off, 50, 100, go get a price break at a local printer, and then you've got that file, and you can hand those out to your clients when you sit down with them on an initial, consultation. Hey, let's talk about your house. What are you looking to do? Take some notes. Here's my content. Here's my marketing material. Here's a little notepad for you. Take some notes. And again, they've got your information there for whenever they need to call you. They don't remember. If they don't remember you, there's plenty of stuff in their hand, in their possession to remember you. So that's a fun one to create. When you're ready to download that one, click the download tab in the upper right-hand corner, and then choose your file for standard PDF. Small file size for printing, or PDF print, high quality for multiple page documents. Just really depends on what you want to do. High quality, it'll be a 300 DPI, which is the actual print quality. So if you took that file in somewhere, or you wanted to print it through them, they have a, well, where's that? Yeah, see print, and then you would download. That downloads a file for you in a print version. Upload that to wherever you want. Come into the business center, go into a branch location, run your prints, whatever you need to do, and you're good to go from there. Okay, so what was the other one I show you? So we had our postcards. So same principle when it comes to logo selection. As you move around your designs, as you highlight, again, they will turn blue, so you know what you're in possession of and what you can edit, which is really neat. And then your print listing sheet. Those are all really popular prints that you can create. Now, remember when you guys are, one of the big takeaways, let me keep this simple for you. When you're creating your design, think of this as layers. Now, you've got the back blue image here is behind everything. It's behind the Keith Flynn. It's behind the photo. It's behind the realtor. If I click on the blue, that's the one I'm in possession of right now. In the upper right-hand corner here, that says position. When you click on position, you can move that specific element that you have control over right now in the blue box forward and backwards. So in this case, since it's the back one right now, I'm going to move it forward. Now watch how it starts to overcome the other elements. Oh, Keith went away. Oh, there goes Keith's number or his name. There goes my logo or my title. So now this is on top. It's on top of everything, which is nice. And I can just do one little thing like that. Now if I want to move that layer back, I'm going to come up to position again, and I'm going to go backwards, backwards, backwards. Or I can just hit to the front, all in one shot, or to the back, all in one shot. Now it's behind the actual letter or the ruler lines. So I'm actually going to take possession of the rule lines and move that back one so that the blue comes forward. So there you go. So when you're creating your designs, keep that in mind. Think of this as layers. Everything is layered. If you want to change the opacity, which is, can you see through the color? Can you see through the element itself? I'm going to click on the blue, and right here next to it under transparency, it's going to give me a little slide bar, and I'm going to see how the blue finally goes away, and I can see behind it. So transparencies are fun, and I'll show you how you can really take advantage of these. Using that transparency option is really neat because you can use elements, but if you want some of that back image to pop through, you can use the transparency and have fun with that. Oh yeah, quick questions real quick. And this is available with the paid subscription, correct? I think I answered that one, yes. And a lot of these tools are available with the free one. Was a Notepad a template, did you say? Yes, so the Notepad was one that I found. See, this is a great thing about this, guys. Ethical hacking and life hacks, right? I love life hacks. You see something that somebody else did, say, hey, I want to do that. And you go and rip it off, right? And you create it for yourself. So yeah, so that was a template. And what I can do is save this for you guys, and I can share in the upper right. Nope, we're not going that way. Let's back up real quick. In the upper right-hand corner, if you ever want to share something like, hey, this came out really good, I think, so-and-so would like to use it, hit the share button. And I can actually share this, share a link and copy that link, and then I can drop it into, let's see if this works. All right. I just answered your question, and I dropped that link in there. So that's a shared link. So that will work for you guys too. You can share templates and designs that you use, or if you found other ones, you can then grab that link and then just bring it into your Canva and then make your own, which is really cool. What I wanted to show you about the transparency effect and using that tool, and there's actually two things I'm going to show you. I'm going to come back to home real quick. I'm going to create a new design from scratch. I'm going to go Instagram post. 1080 by 1080 blank template here. I'm going to come to my uploads and I'm going to say, all right, I want me to be in this Instagram shot. This is going to be a paid feature for you guys. So I'm going to just create a little value for you here. Let's say I'm going to create a quick template for Bree. We're going to do a motivational quote or something, and I'm going to have a house in the background as well. I'm going to start with her. I'm going to come up to the effects tab. When you click on the effects tab, there's a lot of weird things you can do. You can pixelate the image. You can make it look all weird. You can put some weird overlays and designs onto it. You can do a number of different things. You can liquefy it. You can give it some, just some weird designs altogether. A lot of these things, I really don't mess with them, especially when it comes to real estate. You don't want to alter or put too many heavy filters, especially when you're showcasing a home. We don't want to change the appearance or the original effect of the house. But I'm going to come back and, let's kill that real quick. Choose Bree again. Come up to effects. And you guys see where it says background remover? All I'm going to do is click on this one time. And Canva's artificial intelligence is going to start to remove Bree from the background. Now, this is part of the pro plan. So, you would need to subscribe. But it is so fast and effortless. I would spend 30, 45 minutes some days cutting people out from backgrounds. I've worked for a number of e-commerce stores where I've cut, we've done photo shoots where we had to remove a product out of the background. If we're doing a lazy Susan or a photo shoot in a photo booth, I'd spend hours cutting products out. For you guys, boom, use the AI, and now we've got Bree. She's standing by herself. I'll put her down here in the corner, and nobody puts Bree in the corner. Bad joke. I'm going to put a house behind Bree. So let's go with something really cool like uploading a photo. I'm going to find an image. Maybe there's something, got a decent one in here. All right, you know what? Let's use this one here. All right, clicked on the house. Now the house is behind Bree, so we're gonna stretch this out so it fits the margins. We're gonna put this. Let's get a little bit of the driveway, a little bit of the front door, and you notice Bree disappeared. Well, she's back. Okay, and now we've got Bree in the corner here. Now here's the cool thing about the transparency. I'm gonna come over to the elements. I'm gonna grab a simple box, and I'm gonna drop that box right over the center here. And I'm good, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the box right there, and I'm going to turn this white. So I'm going to come to my color palette up here. I'm going to choose white. So there's preset colors, ones you've used, standard colors, and so on. Or I can go into the color and find one through the color palette view. And as I move this around, and see how the colors change, so I can find one that works. I like white when it comes to putting text over it. So I'm going to use solid white. Now, I want to move this back one layer behind Bree. So I'm going to come to position. I'm going to go backwards one spot. So Bree's now there, but the box is behind her, and then there's the house. Now, I can't see the house. So here's where the transparency tool really comes in cool. I want to leave a little bit of the box so that text looks good over it, but I want to still see the house. So now I'm going to hit the transparency button, and I'm going to drop that down, give myself a little bit of a gradient or an opacity so that I can see the house. Right? We still get the full picture, but there's enough there that creates a canvas for me so text will pop. All right. And you know what? Maybe not even a motivational. Maybe this is Bree or you as an agent repurposing a review. Go grab the review off of real estate reviews. Let's just hypothetical. Just looking for a review. from your Google business page, or from your Facebook page, or from Zillow. And I'm just going to grab some text here, right from my review, wherever the case may be. You free type it, no, whatever you find your. Let's go through these again. All these tabs. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add text. So here I got a 5-star review on Zillow.com. I'm going to add my text. I'm going to choose just a generic one, and I'm going to hit copy, and I'm going to paste it in. All right, now let's work on the margins here. We're going to go. Okay, we're already centered. All right, now I'm going to grab a corner here, and we're going to just move this around a little bit so that it looks. Let's go here, return. Give myself a nice, we're going to smash this in. See, what's nice is how it's responsive. So they call this responsive. So as I move the dimensions of the text box, it's going to be responsive for me, and it'll look nice. So let's pretend this is a review, and I got a 5-star review. So I'm going to come over to Elements, and I'm going to look for 5 stars. Hey, look at that. Love it. Let's go with this guy. It's on part of the Pro plan, or $1 if you are free. And I'm going to drop 5 stars right here above it. Let's go ahead and hit return. This was from Keith F. was the review. And then of course want to make sure to add your logo on there, or your brokerage information. So make sure that that's on there. So you guys see, once you get comfortable with this, you really can fly around and and add these wherever you want, wherever you think looks good for your marketing needs. If you're on a Mac, cool trick for you guys: Command Z is your friend. Command Z will always undo whatever you just did. So in this case, I smashed it. I was like, oh, that doesn't. Command Z, or use the undo or the redo at the top of the screen here on your changes. What's nice about their platform is also it's always auto saving. So if I need to walk away, or drop the laptop, or I need to close out the window real quick and go somewhere, all these designs auto save for you in your most recent designs. And so just doing a simple refresh. There you go. It's generating right now. It's basically, it knows I went away. I'm going to click on it. It's going to reopen the new tab. It remembered everything I did up to that point, and I don't have to worry about it going away. And what's cool, guys, is when you download the app, you have full access to your designs. So I know if you're someone who likes to create designs, I know I love to, but I don't want to do it on my phone. I'll create all my content on large, 17, 18, 21-inch monitor, whatever you got. And then all your designs are there for you and in the palm of your hand on your app when you're ready to rock and roll. So cool stuff. Great tactic. I don't see enough agents do this one. Go get those reviews. Ask for those reviews, whether on Zillow, Realtor, Facebook, Google My Business, wherever they live. Repurpose the content, and then here's your Instagram post. Bree was great. Whatever the text is, and then brand yourself in the corner. Then download that, and then upload it to your Instagram and say something like, it was a pleasure working with Keith F. Him and his family were fantastic. Recently moved from out of state. I was able to find them a beautiful home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in North Phoenix, near a pool. Since they want to take advantage of the fun and sun since moving to the state. And thank you so much for the kind words. So it's a very subtle, non-braggadocious way of repurposing your reviews, and then you're creating content for your social media at the same time. You don't, people do screenshots, but have fun with Canva in that respect and repurpose your reviews. Now you've got content for your Instagram, social media in general, and you're, tooting your own horn a little bit and letting people know that you are a trusted real estate agent, and that in fact you do have and have had clients who love the service you provide. So easy way to do that. But guys, that's fun, and it's a high quality image. It looks great on Instagram, and that's the kind of content that people want to see. I know that if I wanted to, here's the one last one I want to show for you guys. If you are a pro user, you don't need to recreate all the elements again. Let's say like I have this for Instagram and I want to do one for Facebook now. Now Facebook dimensions are different. And so you want to make sure that and I'm not trying to jam something in that's designed for Instagram stories onto a Facebook page. So I'm going to come up here to the upper left-hand corner and hit redesign. And I'm going to choose my most recent one, which was a Facebook post, or I can say Instagram stories. Guys, I'll be doing Instagram stories next Thursday. Great segue. Look at me. Next Thursday at the same time, 10 a.m. We're going to focus on Instagram stories, just getting into creating stories, and doing little 24-hour snippets of your content. But I'm going to say let's make this an Instagram story and repurpose this so it's formatted in a 1080 by 1920. Now this is part of the pro plan. Again, creating value for you guys, $10 a month. I think it's worth it. Hit copy and resize. Now what I've done is it's resized it for me. All I have to do is just a little bit of massaging and move these elements around, but then I'm all ready to rock and roll. Now I still have my original, which is awesome, and I can name it up here for my Bree review, right? Whoop, get that B, not the B. Bree review. Maybe I date it. Maybe I use 4/8/21 as a date, so I have an idea. That saves a name. Well, I copied and resized with my pro plan, and now I'm in an Instagram story format, which is great for a vertical phone. And all I need to do is just come up here and just make some, let's delete that. Make some of these elements a little more friendly for the dimension, which is vertical. The house is still in the background, so double click on the house. And now I can move that house over a little bit because, clearly we're not going to get a portrait shot in with a vertical, but I'll move the house a little bit so we get the front door, something a little more appealing. And I will, again, move the text. So enlarge that. I'm going to smash it here so it's a little more vertical. We could do something fun here. Move my stars up. Again, I'm moving quick, guys, but you know what? I'm telling you, once you get this down, you guys will knock this stuff out. Sit down on a sunny night. If you're going to be in that mindset where you're creating content, batch create. I've got 3 reviews. Let's do 3 on a Sunday night. Sit down for an hour, knock all 3 of these out, right? And then load them up in your Instagram or your scheduler on your Facebook page and schedule these out. There you go. Real quick, took me 35, 40 seconds, and I repurposed that content now for Instagram stories. Now all I need to do is hit the download that one to my device, to my computer, airdrop that to your phone, email it to yourself, whatever, however you want to do it. And there you go. And now you've got yourself an Instagram story, looks professionally done, high res. I mean, yeah, guys, you just can't go wrong. I can't advocate enough for using this tool, especially, you guys are moving on your own pace when you got to go, when you need to go, when you need it. And so sometimes graphic designers at your loan officer, your title rep, heck, even at West USA aren't always available. We all need to get sleep too. So hop into Canva, knock that stuff out for yourself. Find other cool templates that other people have done and just repurpose them. Change the color, change the font, put your photo in, put your text in, put your house in, but follow the main design concept. That's a life hack, and that's an ethical way of basically seeing something else someone did that was really neat and make it your own. You guys have been awesome. Lots of questions, lots of engagement. Thank you so much. I hope I have provided some value for you. Email me. I'm Keith, Keith at westusa.com. If you need fonts, logos, if you need color palette ideas, if you want any and all questions at all about marketing, myself, CJ, and Haley over here at the West USA and the marketing team, a lot of ideas, a lot of things we can provide for you in the way of logos, fair housing, registered R, MLS, all that good stuff that needs to be on your content. So this will be recorded, uploaded later. Hopefully the audio will not be terrible. I hope we fix that out. But if you have any questions at all, let me know. As always, be kind, be safe to one another, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.